Hey, how's it going? It's Brian from B's Music Shop, and today from Supercool Pedals, I'm checking out the Triniphase. I recently face-to-face met Jamie from Supercool, and we had an awesome time chatting. He is so passionate about pedals, such a fun guy to meet, and he told me this pedal's coming out, so I have to have one. I haven't checked it out yet. Let's do it together. Before I get going, don't forget, like, comment, subscribe. Those things make a huge difference to a little music store like us. If we can get you a cat t-shirt, a cat toy, a cat pedal that when you play through it, it turns any guitar ever made throughout human history into a cat, that's a guarantee. We also make a bunch of pedals that just have cats on them because all throughout human history, that's also a thing. Hit us up, B's Music Shop. Your support means all the difference. So what is a Triniphase? Oh, this is like, welcome to the Supercool Club. I'm in the Supercool Club. CRT TVs were the leading image technology for nearly a century, and for good reason. Created in 1897, Jamie writes these manuals with a level of detail that I will never have in my life. In 1897, but popularized out of a massive boom of scientific growth during World War II, cathode ray tubes powered the very first televisions and brought the global village into living rooms in truly unprecedented ways. And the Sony Trinitron was unquestionably the pinnacle of this technology, standing nearly unmatched as a masterpiece in both design and technology for decades. For me, our family Trinitron was a gateway into the magical unknown and the endless possibilities of our very existence. One of the first memories I can recall is looking at the tiny red, green, and blue pixels hiding behind the thick glass of our small gray Trinitron and being fascinated with how these microscopic shapes united to create the bigger pictures that I saw. Throughout the years, the Trinitron proved a constant friend, whether gathering around with my family to watch the newest episode of Star Trek The Next Generation. That's a favorite of mine, too. What's your favorite episode? Measure of a Man? Come on. On Sunday nights, trading and watching skate videos and banned horror tapes with my friends, speed-running Super Mario Brothers on a flea market NES in my bedroom, or watching Degrassi for free over the air at my very first apartment in Montreal during my university years, the Trinitron was always there for me. Nostalgia is a funny thing, and it's hard to tell if things used to be better when we were younger or if we were just happier then. Oh, oof. But either way, the wonder and possibilities that the Tron cemented in me has never been lost, which is why I wanted to honor it with the design of the Triniphase, specifically the iconic late 80s and early 90s era when the black Trinitron design reigned as king. I'm sure you have your own stories and connection to the Trinitron, and I hope this pedal helps you stir some of that magic back into your life, and that it can help you inject that creativity into your music and art along the way. Thank you for being a part of my journey and for allowing me to be part of yours, Jamie Moore. What did I just buy? The Triniphase is an all-analog OTA-based phaser effect that is based on the legendary Ross phaser pedal with many modifications and setting options that make it capable of achieving many classic phaser effects and beyond. The Triniphase can achieve a wide array of sounds, from psychedelic sweeps to vintage rotary speaker spirals, voice-like formant modulations, organic vibratos, and self-oscillation chaos. The Triniphase is a versatile modulation effect that can add rich movement and texture to your instrument of choice while maintaining your volume and tonal integrity. The simple user interface allows you to easily recall settings with simple buttons, clear indicator lights, and minimal dials to adjust while maintaining complex modulation controls with a stylish and intuitive design. On the following pages, you will find a quick start guide, as well as an in-depth detail of its operation and some suggested preset examples. What is a phaser? A phaser duplicates the input signal and then creates specific notch frequencies across the spectrum. Then it sweeps these frequencies with an LFO and mixes the modulated signal with the original. These accent and frequencies cancel or phase out the original to create a sweeping sound effect. Figure 1, figure 2. This dude's like getting diagrams in there. Like, man, I got friends that make pedals and they're like, the volume is the volume and the gain is the gain. Go to bed. This dude is like combining stuff. He's doing like he's got graphs out. This is some new level stuff for me. So what do we have here? We have our powers back here. Reso control controls the overall intensity of the effect. Rate control controls the speed of the effect. There's the output, the foot switch. Depth control controls the number of notch frequency steps applied to the circuit, resulting in a deeper or shallower modulation sweep. Length control controls the length of the modulation sweep, specifically allowing or cutting the lower frequencies of the oscillation. Mode control mixes or mutes the unaffected signal, effectively alternating between phaser and pitch bass effects. And then there's the input. The rate knob controls the speed of the modulation effect. It can range from a very slow and nearly imperceptible sweep to a very fast laser-like rhythm that, depending depending on the button settings, can approach oscillation frequencies. The white indicator light to the left of the knob will oscillate and blink relative to the setting for convenient visualization of the effect. Reso knob. The Reso knob controls the amount of modulated signal that is sent back or recycled within the circuit. Turning this knob down creates a subtler effect, and turning it up increases the resonant frequencies of the modulation. Its behavior can vary greatly depending on the button settings. So let's see, the depth button sweeps between 4 and 8 stage. The length button is full length or half length, and the mode 1 or 2 is the affected signal. So he's got a couple suggested settings here. We're gonna try it out in a second, but before I go any further, I wanna say, like, look at how cool all this stuff is. You know, Jamie's like on it. He's always making like this cool, like manual. Look at this. He gives you like a button. Look at this Supercool Pedals button that's specific to this pedal. This isn't just like a generic button. He's got his own little super cool button there. Put that where you can see it. We get a super cool, the tiniest keychain I've ever seen. So if you have a mouse with keys, this will help him out. And it's super cool, which is another Triniphase thing. It's got so many cool stuff. And maybe the best part of all, the bags. He has bags for every pedal. And he's told me that he will always make bags, and people told him he couldn't, so he's gonna have to do it forever because he said, no, I'm doing it. I don't care what anybody says. He's in there with a sewing machine. If he looks like he's getting like seamstress like marks on his hands, it's because he's working too hard, so keep an eye on it. All right, let's check this baby out. For today's demo, I actually brought a guitar you probably won't see here often. It's my from home Reverend Matt West Nightmare Barbie Pink, the only Nightmare Barbie Pink Matt West to ever exist, built by Reverend, repainted by Doug Cower of Cower Guitars. The pickup is a Curtis Novak one that I forgot the model name of, but it's a lap steel pickup, and I freaking love it. I love everything about this guitar. It's a guitar I play all the time at home. It makes me so happy. I have a few Matt Wests and a few colors, probably more than one person should have. Probably shouldn't have the same guitar in this many colors. There's one right there. There's one right there. You know, doesn't have to make sense. Here's the guitar, clean, bridge pickup, one and only. No neck pickup. Deal with it. All right, let's switch this baby on. What is his recommended setting? Let's start with the recommended setting, Untamed Sweep, which I think all three on, this one all the way up, this one all the way down. Contrary to it, Kevin Parker says, it is meant to be. Achieve a luscious long psychedelic sweep by maxing out the reso knob and slowing the rate all the way down with this full-length, 4-stage phasing effect, best enjoyed with a bit of dirt in front of some psychobin. It's like LSD. It's drugs. Not a drugs person. I'm gonna turn on my Super Cat mod. All right, let's try the next setting, Octo Vibes. So we turn off this guy, turn off this guy, turn the reso all the way down, turn the rate 3/4 of the way up. Just breathe and put down that machine gun. It's just a phase. Get classic univibey spinning speaker sound by using a more pronounced 8-stage phase mode with a shortened length, dialing the reso to a subtle minimum and setting your rate to taste. I like that. I like that. I keep kicking back on my distortion here. Like it more clean. Let's try the next preset. Wow, which is just this guy, those two off. Res maxed out, rate about the same. It's a long trip across the Diamond Sea, but you can be the maestro of your ship with this hypno-robotic setting. Max Reso, 4 stages of shortened phase shifting and killing the dry signal are the key to achieving this creative and voice-like modulation. Kind of woofs at the bottom there. That's cool. It almost autos when you put it on that. That's cool. I like how it's just so auto-wally almost. All right, last preset anyways. 8 stage. This one, this one, this one. No need to get paranoid Android. The Triniphase sounds great no matter how many stages it's been through. 8 stage mode, full length sweep, and carefully tamed resonation delivers a deeply unsettled and wonderfully rich movement effect. And that's the end of the manual, which I feel like sometimes at the end of these Supercool manuals, I should get like a sticker to put on my shirt. Oh, I did get a sticker to put on my shirt. I did it. Like it's like my book club. I love how much stuff he writes. It's so great. But all right, let's check out number 4 that I forgot the name of. Number 4, 8 stage. Oh, that one's like pretty nice. All right, now I just want to play around with this. I love pedals that just do I call it the EHX thing. I don't know what anyone else calls it. But when a pedal just has a knob and there's like a reasonable stop point, and then for some reason that no one explains, it just goes like off the end of it. Because like here, you're like, wow, rate, that's some good rate. And then you're like, And throughout the years, there's so many pedals that do this. I think everything EHX made for a very long period of time, like the knobs were really useful in the middle, like 60%. And I think part of that's just like the genius of Mike Matthews and the genius of EHX is just that, like, too ridiculous on either end. So you can find the sweet spot, like it's there. But you can also just be like, what am I doing to my guitar? I think that effect he did alone, just giving you too much, probably spawned a lot of creative ideas and probably spawned some whole pedals on their own, you know, and I gotta think he did it on purpose, but I also think maybe it was just like that part was there and you're like, it works. Like, turn the knob if you don't like it. The power is yours. The more you know. Like, I feel like that's Mike's whole vibe. And a cigar, that's his other whole vibe. Sorry, I'm just making this thing sound weird. That's cool. Why is that not a preset? What if I turn everything down and off? Does it... Oh, it just sounds good, like my guitar sounds good. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I love that. It's just like I'm using the phase so hard against it that it's like ring modulating, basically. And it can sound pretty too. I mean, it can sound pretty. It sounds pretty in the middle all over this. So that's it. That's our look at the super cool Triniphase. Supercool Pedals, I cannot say enough nice things about. I did an interview with Jamie at the Toronto Guitar Expo, and we had kind of been trying to meet each other. He sent me a feed. You know, we were talking about becoming a dealer, which now we are, obviously. I ran into Jamie, and we had a long conversation. And, you know, it was while the cameras were rolling. It's on our YouTube channel, but we just kept talking after it was. And, man, I just like the way he looks at pedals, how he thinks about circuits. You know, he writes these detailed manuals. He cares. He's not just trying to squeeze people for a couple of bucks. He's like super stoked to do this stuff. He loves to talk pedals. He loves gear. It's just a really fun guy. If you're ever at any pedal event he's at, I highly recommend going and checking him out and just chatting him up. He's one of the most kindest Canadians. You know, I know Canadians get a bad rap. They're mean. They're not. Canadians are wonderful. I love Canadians. And he represents them in all the best ways. At any rate, we are so excited to be a super cool dealer. I'm super excited to get this right before release day. Boy, I can't say enough nice things about it. So if we can get you a super cool Triniphase or any other super cool pedal, if we can get you a cat t-shirt, a cat toy, a cat pedal that when you play through it, it can take even this pedal, this guitar, another guitar, turn it into a cat. That's what I wanted the earth to give me. And we made it happen. So we also have a bunch of pedals that just have cats on them. We might be working on a pedal with Jamie. Who knows? Who knows what could happen? Maybe something will happen. Hit us up, beesmusicshop.com. Thank you so much for watching.